Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Robin and I am out in the garden today doing some garden chores. I've been out since about 2:30. It's now almost 5 and I think I have sweated like 3 liters of water or something. It is so humid and so hot outside, but I wanted to come out and do some of the garden jobs that I've been meaning to do for the past week. So I've already got a lot done today, but I am just going to show you a few other things I've got to do. I need to plant my corn, check on all of my seedlings. Before I do that, I need to harvest some of my worm castings and top the bed up with compost where I'm putting the corn. So I absolutely love having a worm farm because I get fresh worm castings. Particularly in summer, the process goes really quickly, so I am feeding the worms a lot, they're eating a lot and producing a lot of liquid and castings. So just before I took the lids off to have a look at what's inside the worm farm and see how it was going, and everything's going pretty well in there, and then I lifted off to see how the worm casting layer was, and it looks really great. So today I'm going to take out that layer there, and to do that I'm basically just swapping the 2 trays around and keeping the lid off, the one with the worm castings on. Worms don't like any harsh light, so I'm going to let that sit there for about half an hour and let the worms all burrow down into the other layer, and then I can harvest all of the worm castings without taking out a bunch of worms from the worm farm. So while I'm waiting, I'm going to go do a few other jobs. I'm going to go grab some compost for the bed and top that up for the corn. Okay, so this is the pile here. It's kind of a small pile, it used to be quite big, and this is going to act as more of a mulch than like a thin compost. I'm going to pick out and sieve some of the bigger bits, but generally this is just to top up the bed as a mulch. So that bed is all done. I'm going to check on the worm farm now and see how that's going. Sorry about the really loud noise. It's right next to the aircon and we have the aircon on inside, but it is looking pretty good. I can still see a few worms in there, but what I'm going to do is just scrape off the top layer because I can't see too many worms in that, and just keep scraping it down to make the worms move down even further. Okay, so these are my corn seedlings in my little nursery. I am going to grab these out. Oh, spiders. So I think I've got about 15 or so seedlings. I'm going to see how many I can fit in that bed, and then I'll probably just decide what I'm going to do with the rest. So this is the variety that I'm growing of sweet corn. Called Early Extra Honey Sweet, and it says to space them 25 centimeters apart and 50 to 60 centimeters apart within rows. I am going to do them a little bit closer because of like the width of my bed. I want to get as much cross-pollination as I can. So some are going to be closer than others, but I'm going to try to stick to this as much as I can. I've also got my worm castings that I harvested here. I found this was enough for what I need here, and what I'm going to pretty much be doing is just getting some blobs, literally like this, and just sprinkling it around the bed like this, and this will all have mulch on the top of it, so it'll have time to break down, and these worm castings will pretty much leach into the soil and the worms can move freely around it. There'll be a lot of worm eggs in these, and there are some worms as well that will move around the bed and keep providing nutrients to the corn. Bit hard to see me, but we'll make do. I'm going to show you how I'm planting one of these sweet corn plants, and then I'm going to plant the rest of them because yay, I think it's going to rain soon and I want to get these in the ground before we have a mild kind of rainy week next week. So I'll show you what I'm doing for one and then I'll get them all done. So I've marked them all out, so this one is going in here. I'm going to push away the existing mulch and compost and dig a nice deep hole. Because I'm still building soil in this bed, it's not quite as nutritious as I would like it. So I'm going to be doing kind of the no dig method by adding a little bit of compost into the existing hole. So I've got a pretty big hole in here, I can fit my hand down it. I'm going to sprinkle that with some high nutrient potting mix, and then I'm going to be planting the plant directly into that. It should have a little bit more nutrients while the rest of this compost is leaching down to also provide it more nutrients. So now it's got a nice bed to establish its roots. I'm going to take the plant out. So it's good to see that it's got a really nice root system already. I'm going to dig that into the potting mix, pop it in. Backfill it with that potting mix first, that's it already in there, and then fill it in with the mulch on top. And then give it a nice pat down. I'm also making sure that there's at least a little bit of worm casting around it to also help with that nutrients to leach down it and to give it more nutrients over time. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest done and I will show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so this is what it is looking like. I managed 3 rows. I'm hoping that'll be enough. And then how many in each row? So 5 in each row. I'm hoping the spaces are okay. They're around what they suggested on the packet. So now I'm going to give the bed a light dusting of some blood and bone, and then I'm going to give it a good mulch with some sugarcane mulch, and then give it a nice water in, and hopefully it rains overnight too. Okay, I'm very red and very dirty but the corn bed is done. I know it's really windy, so I'll be quick. Alright, so I've given it a nice sprinkle of blood and bone, and I've also given it a good mulch with some sugarcane mulch. This is just the mulch that's cheapest at Bunnings for me. I'll probably give it a mulch now, and then in a week or 2 I'll give it another mulch with some more blood and bone. It has actually started raining very lightly. I'm so excited because we haven't had rain in so long, but I am just going to give this a little bit of a water because I don't think we'll get too much rain tonight, and I want these to all be nice and moist in here. So I'll give it a quick water, but other than that, I hope I've done this okay. Please let me know in the comments down below your experience with corn and anything I should do to keep these nice and healthy, and I will definitely follow your advice. So I didn't get around to organising my beans, but I'm going to do that tomorrow, probably in a separate video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the worm farm and me planting corn and me having dirt all over my face, yay. I might go around and get a few shots of the garden before the light goes, but I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me, and if you want to follow my corn journey, I will be documenting the process. I've never grown it before, so fingers crossed I can get a few cobs of corn. So I hope you enjoy these last few shots of the garden, and until my next video, happy gardening. Bye guys.